This video I'm really wasting my time because I'm replying to Enemy Within Radio. Now, if you've read the comments, he made a claim on, where are we, The Real Big Picture. He said, the UN reported all food could be sustained on a local, could be supplied on a local basis, sustainably. Let me just get my tongue in order there. So I said, well, which UN report? And then he started playing silly, stupid games, and up until this point, he still hasn't sent me the report, and again, other people have, which I thank those people, but unfortunately it's not for you to provide his burden of proof. Now, I read the report, and we'll get to the report, because he claims he's read it, and he clearly hasn't. So, first of all, if this was an academic setting, you would have lost... what? You'd have had your opening statement. Yeah, so on your first round, you would have made claims, not being able to substantiate them, and with my second round I'd have pretty much won, because all I have to say is you haven't substantiated your burden of proof, you haven't provided any evidence to support your claims, and now you fail even more because the UN report doesn't even, it doesn't even have anything to do with the Western world. What it actually deals with, and the report itself, deals with basically farmers in third world countries who, first of all, A, do not have the money to be able to afford modern farming materials and, you know, the pesticides they would need. Fact, right now, modern farming methods produce about, from what I've seen from various sources on the internet, it ranges from about 20% to about 200% more, depending which sources I'm looking at. I have sent you a blog from a guy who said he is an organic farmer and he would not go back to organic farming because of how much work he had to put in. You outright dismissed that paper. That's our paper, that blog. And yet, again, you're coming with UN report. Aren't the UN meant to be evil and this sinister organisation? I guarantee you, if I showed you, in fact, I think I have, showed you any report from the UN agreeing with my position, you'd outrightly just dismiss it and just say, oh, well, it's the UN. Well, guess what? Now we're nitpicking at your report. Well, not even nitpicking, these are fundamentally flaws. First flaw we've gone for, it's to do with third world countries, not Western countries. Big difference. First of all, population sizes. You're talking on a local basis compared to a Western town, compared to a third world town. The population is not even half the size compared to a Western town. So, yes, on a local sustainable basis, they can do. But guess what? What if these sources fail? Not a word in the report. The report does not bring up once how much organic farms fail more often than the more modern farms. Why? Because they can't use the techniques because they are not organic. Second of all, these farmers cannot afford the modern pesticides. So, again, their crops are failing more. They're being eaten by insects. And as a result, they can't sustain their local population. The next thing we get onto is your report is not a long-term report. It's a short-term report. So, how does this, you know, local sustainability of these third world farms manage to support these populations on a continuous basis, not just a year as it said in the report? Long term, no. You will not be able to support a population on organic farming. The results would be basically sentencing people to death through starvation. And oh, by the way, all these countries that are in the report and used as examples all have histories of having massive starvation problems because they cannot produce enough food to feed their population. Again, we'll look at the animal kingdom. You want us to all go organic. Okay, that's a massive decrease in food straight away. What happens to the animal kingdom when there's a decrease in food? Well, guess what? There's a decrease in population. So, it's funny how, again, and I guarantee, I can't say he has, but I probably know he probably has done, me being a conspiracy theorist. But I guarantee he has done say, oh, the UN depopulation programs, Agenda fucking 21. Guess what? By advocating for going all organic, you are advocating for depopulation. So, sorry, you're no longer worth my time. After someone sent it me, I spent at least a day and a half reading the full report. And within at least by half the day, I instantly understood you hadn't read the report at all, let alone understood it. You had cherry-picked it, you had gone, huh, it works here, so why didn't it work here? Well, first of all, population difference. Second of all, supply and demand. None of this report factors in that at all. It doesn't factor in crop failures, it doesn't factor in the wealth differences between the West and those areas that it's using as examples. So you failed and you lose. So this is the last time I'm going to respond to you. I'm not even going to bother responding to your comments. I'm thinking I might just block you because you're going to go on a hissy fit. But yeah, you lose. And you proved nothing. And it was up to other people to shoulder your burden of proof. Which, by the way, Ben has been providing. I've been having a lovely conversation with Ben. I have more respect for Ben than I do you at the moment. And that is nothing. I have absolutely no respect for you all. So as far as I'm concerned, sod off. Because I no longer want to spend my time dealing with you anymore.